Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo-Wop, a podcast where we talk about pop music. We'll deep dive a UK top 10 singles chart from the past. I wrote this intro 2 hours before we met, because we're living in a world of fools, and if the world was laughing, don't shy away, because you know I'm in two minds. I'm the trouble starter, pumpkin instigator, I'm James Cook.
And I'm the fear addicted, I'm the danger illustrated Andy Robinson. Which randomly chosen top 10 from the past generated by our computer, James? Which date in the past are we looking at? This week?
Well, let me stop you there.
What?
Because, once again, instead of a randomly generated chart, this week we're looking at a chart that has been chosen by one of our beloved Patreon backers. Because if you back us on Patreon, we let you do whatever you like.
You can do what you want to us.
This week's chart has been suggested by our Patreon backer, Sarah Kennedy, and here's what she had to say.
Hi, James and Andy. This is Sarah, and I'm choosing a chart from a couple of weeks before I turned 14, when I really started paying attention to pop charts and being influenced by what my friends were listening to. One friend was into Marilyn Manson and the Prodigy, some friends put on their own Motown house parties every Friday, and the rest of the school were divided between Blur and Oasis, but Oasis won out because we were quite a rough school. Whereas I was getting tapes out of the library. My favourite was Crooked Rain by Pavement, and I got it simply because I thought it looked really cool. So it was a musically confusing time, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. So can I please have the 31st of March 1996? While not necessarily the best chart of the late 90s, I hope it gives you lots to talk about. We love your stats, James. And fingers crossed for many songs about the complexities of love and at least 2 key changes. Bop bop shoo-wop.
She put up some good stuff in that message, I think, there. She's on about the older parties, isn't she?
Oh, I never went to any, so I wouldn't know.
You've got Motown house parties going on. That'd be a good thing to do when you're young. Also, like the Blur v Oasis thing at school. I was well past school. Did you have a Blur v Oasis? Where were you in your life when Blur v Oasis was going on?
That week that the Country House Roll With It singles came out in 95 was the same week that we all got our A-level results.
Okay.
Yeah, so I basically finished school. That was me finishing school and getting ready to go off to university. So
when I was at school, I'm too old, aren't I? At my school, I had more of a Vera Lynn versus Gracie Fields type rivalry.
Oh, you're not that old.
Gracie, of course, came from the north, while Vera Lynn was from Essex, so blah, blah, blah. My favourite thing in the message, apart from just the glory of it, Sarah, was the old getting your tapes out from the library. Imagine that, kids. To access music, you have to get cassettes from a library. Also like the notion of the cover art she popped in there. What I thought I'd do this week, James, because of Sarah's little prompt, let's put it, is I'm going to mention the singles cover art for each of these records in the top 10 of the 31st of March 1996. I thought that was a good little, let's call it, side project. In the top 40 this week, there was other records, of course. That's very much the way the top 40 works, isn't it? That's to be more than just 10 or 16 if you're listening to our Spotify playlist. Anyway, in the top 40 was State of Independence by Donna Summer, Fuji La by Fuji, Stupid Girl by Garbage, Going for Gold by Shed 7, I Wanna Be a Hippie by Technohead. Also, at number 11, this is interesting, bearing in mind what we just spoke about, number 11 was Don't Look Back in Anger, and if you look at the bottom of the top 100, I mean, they're all in there. Whatever, Cigarettes and Alcohol, some might say, Live Forever, Shaker Maker, Supersonic, Wonderwall, both by Oasis and Mike Flowers Pops, so, you know, Oasis still selling loads of singles, partially because of their brilliant B-sides around this time, I guess.
And this would have been before streaming, long before streaming, so they would have had to physically re-release all of those singles for people to buy. Elsewhere in music news, Phil Collins has left Genesis, John Squire is about to leave the Stone Roses, but the Sex Pistols are getting back together.
I was having a look at the news. I mean, it was some terrible news going on. It was around the time of mad cow disease. Legoland Windsor had just opened.
Oh, God.
But, all right. But
I've been. Have you been?
No,
you ain't got kids. It'd be weird if you went.
They wouldn't let me in when I tried, put it that way. I don't know why. MC Hammer was just about to file for bankruptcy.
Apparently, he asked the bank if he was allowed to get any of his money out, and they told him.
I took him to a museum once and he kept picking up all the exhibits. You know what I had to say to him then?
Yeah,
all right, then.
We don't have to finish either of those jokes. If you would like a written explanation of the joke, please send a self-addressed envelope to shoobypodcast@gmail.com.
I bought 30% of these records. Also, I'm going to say, in my life, James, I just joined the 27 club. Just 27. I'm still here, so I hadn't joined the 27 club, had I?
Well done, you.
I suppose I'm in an online chess club, if that makes any difference.
I bought 0% of this top 10.
You are part of the problem and not the solution.
Which is a surprise, because I was 18 at the time. That's sort of prime record buying territory. And I was buying some singles. Indeed, I bought 3 singles that we're going to talk about in the bonus tracks today.
So whilst you bought none of the top 10 in our Patreon bonus tracks, which are songs that never ever made the top 10, but were in the charts, you contributed to their position.
Yeah, and some good that did them. You can sign up to our Patreon community for free. The bonus tracks cost less than a Tickle Me Elmo a month.
A Tickle Me Elmo, was that the toy?
Big toy in 1996. And if you just want to get access to a one-off of our Patreon bonus track specials, you can buy them individually, and we have priced them the lowest amount Patreon lets us do.
And there's a donation for a tip jar or something, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a donation for a tip jar.
We're ever so grateful. Thank you very much for supporting this podcast, etc., etc.
And in the bonus tracks this week, we've got 3 Britpop Z-listers, 1 Mint commercial, the 4th best footballer in the world, and some utter filth. I've got some stats about this chart.
I love your stats.
There are 4 UK number 1s in this top 10. 1 song going up, 1 song going down, 4 non-movers, 3 new entries, and 1 re-entry for a total net movement of -3. There's 1 cover version, 1 TV theme tune, 1 mashup, sort of, 6 solo artists, 4 groups, 6 British artists, 2 Italian, 1 Australian, and only 1 American.
Great stats by my reckoning. There is 1 song about a pyromaniac, 1 song about a right moaner, 3 instrumentals, 2 songs about aliens and government conspiracy, and Sarah, since you put it in your message, gloriously, there are 4 songs about the complexities of love. However, disappointingly, there are no key changes, but there is 1 example of self-reference.
You can listen to all the songs on our playlists. The links are in the description. There is 1 on Spotify, 1 on YouTube.
Please listen to these songs, because not only does it make what we're going on about clearer, also, it's a great top 10, isn't it, this week?
It is.
Most of it. Please put some... Let's do it at the beginning. Pop some review. If you're a regular listener, or if you're here, first time, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. But hey, do us a favour, will ya? And pop an old review. Here they're very handy. A good review, preferably. But, I don't like to tell you what to do. I'd like to tell you what to do, James. Shall we start?
Well, do you really want to know?
Number 10.
A new entry at number 10. It's Something Changed by Pulp. Their 4th of 5 top 10 singles. All of them from the album Different Class, apart from 1.
What album was it off? Was it off a Pulp album, or was it a one-off special single?
No, it was off a Pulp album.
What's the one before it? His and Hers?
No.
This Is Hardcore?
It's off This Is Hardcore.
Would it be Help the Aged?
It was Help the Aged, yes.
500,000 pop points to me, because you had to give me a clue.
So, I think at the time, I kind of dismissed this song. I bought His and Hers when that came out, and I loved it and played it to death. And then, this is how much of a idiot I was as a young man. Then Different Class came out, and I was like, well, I just prefer their early stuff when less people knew who they were.
Yeah.
Did all that thing.
Silly.
Which means I missed out.
On their best songs?
I did miss out, didn't I? And I love the songs on Different Class. It's so ridiculously self-defeating.
All right. Mickey Scratcher on the YouTube comments under this beautiful video says, I think the rest of the Different Class album had a deliciously seedy feel to it. Just made the purity and beauty of this song stand out even more. Well done, Mickey Scratcher. That's a great comment.
It feels like the most standard song of Pulp's.
Yeah.
You know? I think that YouTube commenter has a really great point. There is, there's some kind of sly, arch, eyebrow-raising, tongue-in-cheek quality to a lot of the other Pulp singles, which is not a bad thing, not having a go. But this one feels more genuine.
Genuine, if you like. I mean, it's more heartfelt, isn't it? And more, I don't know, just not quite as difficult as Jarvis going on the rest of the album, like going around and sleeping with your wife as some sort of act of class revenge, or he likes it in your underwear. It's got a wholesome feel to it. However, bearing in mind what we're talking about, Banana Minge on YouTube.
One of the lesser known superheroes.
Says, the logic and grammar freaks go nuts, But like ironic, this song is magical because I suppose of the lyrical notion, he wrote this song 2 hours before we met. So is it really genuine or not? Or is it purely the act of a, let's call it singer-songwriter, being a little bit meta?
I think it's a great opening line, though, isn't it?
I agree.
It's a brilliant opening line. It's disarming. It throws you off a little bit. What? Hey? How is that possible? Well, it's a song, so calm down.
I like it, James. You're usually quite logical about some songs, so I like you giving this a pass.
Yeah, it reminded me of, it's that line in True by Spandau Ballet, isn't it? Why do I find it hard to write the next line? And it's like, you just wrote it, mate. Is that meta songwriting?
It's got some great words in there. Is there somebody up above directing you for a timetable of love or whatever? That beautiful bit, stop asking questions that don't matter. And it's got some great words in, isn't it? It's all about, let's sum it up. What is it about this song?
Well, you could argue it's about fate, and it's about how when it comes to romantic relationships, and you do have to bear in mind that I've been with the same woman for more or less since this chart came out, there is a random factor to relationships based on who you meet at what time.
Yeah, often all about timing, isn't it? Relationships, I think.
And I think it's quite human to retrospectively impose a narrative of fate and destiny onto that.
Yeah.
Oh, they were the one.
Yeah.
Well, they were our one that you met at that time in that place.
Okay.
And, he talks about that. I should have gone to see a film instead and I wouldn't have met you, which reminded me of A Different Corner by George Michael. And, whether there's someone up above directing it all. So I think that's what it's about. However, I'm completely wrong.
Go on.
It's not really about fate. It's more about the randomness of things. Not my words.
Whose words are they?
The words of Jarvis Cocker.
Well, he'd know. He wrote the bleeding thing, didn't he?
Yeah. But he also added, I've been stopped by a lot of people who tell me that song was played at their wedding.
Yeah. In the YouTube comments, a load of people are saying this is our song, as a part of a couple. They're talking about the serendipity of them meeting. Bill Bright on YouTube's got a good point, though. He's sort of banging on about he met someone, but this song never played that night, but something changed. And then, almost gloriously, Bill Bright says, sadly, they are no longer with us. Life can be a right sometimes.
What a beautiful sentiment with the C-bomb.
I didn't mind it.
Halfway through.
Dan Wright says, Pulp's best song in my worthless opinion. Now, as we like to say, James, these are unasked for opinions by us, so I agree with you, Dan Wright, but we appreciate your input.
Your opinion has worth, mate.
It really does, Dan. I looked at this single covers art for this record, James, as I alluded to in our intro, because of Sarah's, let's call it, little nudge about Pavement, and let's call it cover art in general. In this one, it's just a big close-up of someone's midriff, let's say, with a pair of trousers unzipped and a pair of purple pants underneath them. Very pulp, I'm going to say, and also I've said far too many P's.
That's one of the CDs.
Yes.
This was a thing they used to do in the 90s, the 2 CD set.
Yeah, there's loads of nice work, James.
Yeah.
I've got this coming up for a few, let's call it covers.
So there was that one. There was also one that was kind of the central region of a bra.
Yeah.
So there was like a boys' version and a girls' version.
Yeah.
And this was a very clever trick because fans would buy both, and both counted towards the charts. So one of the theories as to why Country House beat Roll With It in that chart battle back in 95 was that Oasis put out a single, whereas Blur put out a 2 CD single set.
Cunning Blur.
Yeah. Change the rules if you don't like it.
Spoken like a political party would get in and then say, we don't want proportional representation. We'll have it when we're not in. It's not long after Jarvis appeared at the Brits, interrupting Michael Jackson, is it, this single? So he's in the nation's consciousness, if you like, their heart. What did you make of him going up on stage?
Hilarious.
Yeah.
He got up there, didn't really know what to do, so sort of wafted his bum around.
I had a contrarian friend who said, you don't do that as a performer, get up on someone's stage, which I kind of agree with, but I'm going to let it slide in Jarvis's case.
Yeah. There's a very funny bit in Bob Mortimer's autobiography where he talks about being Jarvis's lawyer that night.
Yeah.
One of the big changes in the band pulp between His and Hers and Different Class, though, was the addition of Mark Webber on guitar.
Who plays a beautiful guitar solo on this. It's so simple, but economic, melodic. You remember it forever. It sticks in your head.
He said it was the first guitar solo he'd ever done. He joined the band having previously been their set designer, their tour manager, and president of their fan club.
Nice work if you can get it, eh?
Well done, mate.
Yeah.
And the song produced by Chris Thomas.
Oh, yes, he's renowned, isn't he?
Yeah.
What else did he produce? Sex Pistols, was it?
He also Love Is the Drug,
Roxy Music,
Brass in Pocket,
The Pretenders,
Circle of Life,
Elton
John,
okay,
Stay,
Shakespeare's Sister,
and Need You Tonight.
In Excess.
Yep.
Great CV. All right, this is good. Did you watch the video?
Yes, I've watched all the videos this week.
All right then. So this is quite good. It made me think how handsome Jarvis was. Pretty boy, isn't he? And then I was thinking around this time anyway, loads of pretty boys in the chart. You got Liam, you got Damon, you got Robbie. There's a few pretty boys coming up. I mean, these days, I don't mean to be so appearance-like, but these days when you've got pop stars like Rag and Bone Man and Lewis Capaldi and Ed Sheeran and everything, these boys, Britpop boys, beautiful, yeah?
I think they're all beautiful in their own way.
In their own way. Everything is beautiful in its own way, as Diana once reminded us. But you know what I'm saying. No?
It was a big appeal of Britpop, of the skinny boy bands, is that they were a bit of eye candy as well.
Yeah.
So I'm delighted that I got the opportunity to listen to this a lot this week.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing.
And me.
I cruelly overlooked it at the time.
And yet, here we are, stuck in a shed on a Monday, and life has changed. I'm going to say this for people maybe who make music or even put content out on the internet. Imagine that, James. People who just put content out for no other reason than their own thrills. Anyway, cat piss, you two. He's watched the video. This is interesting, I think, point. He says, great performance, but I had to put a thumbs down on it because no one else had. So I'm suggesting that if you make art and someone puts a thumbs down, it might not be so personal. It might just be someone like Catpiss who's, let's face it, got nothing else in his life to do.
Isn't Catpiss the main character in the Hunger Games?
Number 9.
Down 5 to number 9. It was a former number 1. It is Take That with the question, how deep is your love?
I've got an amazing fact about this song.
Go on.
It's a cover version.
What?
Yeah, that's right. It was originally by the Bee Gees.
No.
Which is why it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great song, isn't it? Let's be honest. We've talked about this many times in the past, haven't we? With some songs. There was UB40 who did Can't Help Falling in Love. Who sang It's Too Late when we did that? Dinah Carroll and whatever band it was.
Yeah, No, not DNA, Quartz.
Nice from memory, James. Light My Fire by Will Young. Car Wash by Christina Aguilera and Missy Elliott. I saw Him Standing There by Tiffany. Someone from X Factor doing Dylan. We mentioned loads of cover versions in the past, and there's something about the beauty of this song. It doesn't really matter who's singing it. It's such a great song, isn't it?
Voted the UK's favourite Bee Gees song in 2011.
Oh, yeah.
It's also Barry Gibb's favourite. But let me say this, if the Bee Gees are so good, how come their version only went to number 3 and this version got to number 1? It must be 2 positions better.
Fair enough, that's the way the charts is. We can't argue with maths, can we? 2 better.
It's 2 better.
This was the first single Take That released post Robbie, wasn't it?
Yeah, then their last single.
Yeah, and I remember at the time when they put this out, I was thinking, that's a rubbish thing to do when, let's call it a valuable band member has left to put out a ropey cover of the Bee Gees. On the singles art, James, I had a little look at this again, as you mentioned, 2 lots of singles. One of them shows 4 of the members of Take That. One of them shows 3 of the members of Take That, literally with their head in their hands. And I sort of think it fits this record a little bit. There's a sense of hopelessness about it. We were Take That, Robbie's gone, who are we now?
We're a covers band now.
However, Daniel HR9X0 on YouTube also points out that the video has the best jawlines ever.
Yeah, the video's
Pretty boys again.
The video's arguably more interesting than the cover version.
Yeah, let's talk about the video.
In the video...
Did you watch it? You watched all of them?
I watched all of them. And I remember this one from the time. It's the 4 remaining members of Take That tied to chairs in a shed... Bit like how you've got me here. And a woman who looks a little worse for wear. It's implied that she's kidnapped them and is about to torture them, isn't it?
She's played by the model Paula Hamilton, I think.
That's right.
All right, then.
Do you remember which advert she was in for Volkswagen?
No.
Where she throws keys at a cat.
No.
Yeah, she's in an advert.
However, I did buy a Volkswagen directly after it around this time, so maybe I was influenced. Bloody advertising.
Yeah. She was also the first person to be evicted in Celebrity Big Brother in 2011, behind everyone else on the show.
You never want to be first, do you, to be kicked out?
Including Claire from Steps, Toadfish from Neighbours, and eventual winner, Rylan Clark.
This is interesting, I think, because also the video, there she is, Paul Hamilton, beautiful and a bit damaged. She's got the smeary mascara, hasn't she? She's been crying. She's upset. She's got 4 members of Take That as hostages.
You'd think she'd be delighted.
Yeah, it's a little bit kinky, isn't it, this video? I think they're all tied up. She's pressing a fork into Gary Barlow's face. He's sort of singing, let's call it wide-eyed, don't hurt me, Paula. At some point, she takes them to a cliffside, doesn't she, and puts them on chairs while they're all tied up. Rams Beret on YouTube, they say she's immensely strong to get them in the van and out. Weirdly enough, the person I was watching the video with said that, and they watched, how did she get him in the van? How did she get him out? I thought that's a great point. So it was great when Rams Beret pointed out. And then I like it. Nike Nick 2001 says, I think they all love her so much they voluntarily get in and out the van and help her tie them up. They can leave whenever they want, but they just won't. That's how deep their love is.
They're into it. There's the solution. Because I was thinking maybe she had one of those, those trolleys where you can carry loads of cardboard boxes. She must have had one of those.
Did you think as well watching the video? How did she get him in and out the van?
No.
Yeah, right. Good, isn't it?
No, I just took it at face value. She's got them to the cliff. That's fine. What tangential link to the previous song is there through the video of this?
Hope with something changed on this chart of the 31st of March 1996, I say to reiterate. I don't know, what has it got in common?
I mean, I'd give you £1 million if you got it.
£1 million rather than a point?
Yeah.
Oh, this is worth thinking about. What has it got in common with... How deep is your love? Pulp. Question.
It's got to be the answer on the card, Andy.
A little bit like earlier when you gave me a clue and I only got £500,000 pop points. Can I get £500,000 and you give me a clue for this?
It's to do with the video.
Same director?
No. No.
Go on.
Well, this video is directed by a guy called Nick Brandt, and he had directed the video to Earth Song by Michael Jackson, which was the song Michael Jackson was singing when Jarvis Cocker stormed the stage at the Brits.
I never would have got that.
I know, that's why I put such a big prize on it.
I'm going to do it to you later. I'm going to ask you an impossible question and tease you with £1 million.
Also, there is another tangential link. Nick Brandt went to St Martin's College, but he didn't study sculpture and he didn't come from Greece and he wasn't a woman.
Yeah.
He packed in video directing in 2001 to become a wildlife photographer.
I would point out how lovely this song with the chords. The chords keep shifting, but I feel you all know this song, How Deep Is Your Love, once again bringing us back to the utter futility of this podcast, but nonetheless. However, loads of people on YouTube are saying I love this song because of the friends and the family. Eswan Zu Kapley says, we don't search for old songs, we search for old memories. Always comes up, that notion. However, I'm going to say...
So what do you write into the search engine then?
Yeah. And we don't search for old songs anyway. They are enforced on us either by a random Conrad 2000 computer or, fantastically, Sarah Kennedy telling us what to listen to. But you have to ask, what does love mean? And maybe, for Take That, you have to get your head around the concept of what is deep, yeah? I am about to give you a quiz of other pop stars talking about the concept of deepness, and you have to try and guess who it is.
Is this the impossible quiz again?
It's the impossible quiz, which you can... I'll give you a clue.
All right
then. Which pop star said, somewhere deep down, there's a decent man in me, he just can't be found?
Lady Gaga.
We have covered him many, many times talking about his songs, James, in the charts, usually in the 2000s. Where
Eminem.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a kind of pop star, I'm going to say. Who said, there's a rebel lying deep in my soul?
So it's not a pop star, is it?
No. He talked to the trees, but they didn't listen to him.
Is it Clint Eastwood?
Was Clint Eastwood, so he's a singer of some kind.
He's a singer of no bloody kind.
Oh, he sings that beautifully, don't you think? I'd like to have heard Clint Eastwood do some more. This is a pop star. How well I have learned that there is no fence to sit on between heaven and hell. There is a deep, wide gulf, a chasm, and in that chasm is no place for any man.
They sound like a laugh.
It's a good quote. What do you think? That's a troubled man, a bit like Eminem earlier. Another troubled man, possibly because he was always wearing black.
Johnny Cash.
You got it. All right, this is a woman. I'm giving you a clue for this one. Early doors.
Well, that's taken out 49% of the global population straight away.
She said, I'm an ocean because I'm really deep. If you search deep enough, you can find rare exotic treasures.
Okay, so someone who thinks they're an ocean, so that they're deep, they're wet, salty, they cover 3/4 of the Earth's surface.
Also, they're quite dirty.
Oh, it's Christina Aguilera.
You got it.
She's full of fish. She's been polluted by Exxon.
She did Car Wash with Missy Elliott, as we talked about earlier. That was for some film about fish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some cartoon film. All right, this isn't a pop star, but he was subject of a pop song once. I guess I'm pretty much of a lone wolf. I don't say I like people at all, but to tell you the truth, I only like it if I have a chance to look deep into their hearts and their minds.
So it's someone that's had a pop song written about them.
Yeah.
I think is it the Wolf from Hungry Like the Wolf by Duran Duran?
No. Although,
Is it-
if you're saying a werewolf, it's a horror character. This fella did loads of horror characters.
Bela Lugosi.
You got it.
Is it?
Yeah. One more and we get out of Dodge, James. Mm-hmm. This is very much a pop star and a good point. If my leg falls off, I'll get a prosthetic. There'll be no deep sadness about it. I just get on with it. It's called life and I love life. You have to be positive and you have to crack on no matter what.
To someone who's in danger of losing a leg.
He didn't lose a leg, and I don't think in the news he was ever in danger of one. However, he loved the butter.
John Lydon.
It is John Lydon
Yeah.
who said that. So, notions of deep, they are all talking about, all of those pop stars are saying if you look within the character, there's hidden depths.
Do you think that's true, this podcast?
There's got hidden depths.
Yeah.
Yeah, it do actually.
If you've spotted any hidden depths in the podcast, please email shoobypodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what they are.
Number 8.
It's a lesser spotted re-entry at number 8.
It is less.
Yeah.
We don't do that very often.
Very rarely get a re-entry this high in the charts. It's X-Files by DJ Dado and his rail, presumably. DJ Dado, Flavio Dedato, an Italian DJ and record producer.
He's still alive, isn't he? So he's not dead as a dado.
No, that's true. Do you think he knows Dido? He had 4 other chart entries, but the highest only got to number 51. This is a sort of a dance remix of the X-Files theme, but that sounds a bit like Children by Robert Miles.
A lot of people are saying it reminds them of Children by Robert Miles, which we'll never get the chance to talk about.
Well, can we give a spoiler?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, and both of those things are coming up later in the chart.
Yes.
So we've got the X-Files theme and Children by Robert Miles.
In the top 5 in part 2, which will be out in a few days, they're both, let's call it the higher echelons. A lot of people on YouTube. How would you describe this genre of music, James?
This genre?
Yeah.
Cynical cash-in?
Cynical cashing or dream trance, if you're that way
Okay.
inclined. A lot
Is
of
it?
people calling it that on YouTube,
All right.
so I was grateful for that. Let's call it categorization.
So he's kind of played the X-Files theme on his keyboard, and in the background you can hear what sounds like someone having a wee.
All right.
And then sort of drums kick in, and then a slightly inverted version of Children by Robert Miles comes along as well. And the thing about the X-Files theme, and I'll probably say this again when we get to it, it's not the strongest of theme tune melodies.
However, this week when I was driving around, we've already given spoilers that the original appears in there. There's something discombobulating about it. I kind of liked it in the top 10, the original version especially, because it's got a vibe, it's got a mood, hasn't it? Mainly
Yeah.
the mood of, let's call it, government conspiracy and alien abduction.
But as TV theme tunes go, it's not like Match of the Day, is it?
No.
It's not. It's not like that.
No, it's spooky, isn't it?
Well-
not this dance version by DJ Dado.
I don't imagine anyone under 40 does this, but certainly from time to time, if someone like says something, something a bit spooky happened, and they tell you what it is, one of you might go, ooh, da 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 da, the Twilight Zone theme. No one ever does that with the X-Files theme, do they?
I understand.
They go, oh, this really weird thing happened to me. Oh my god. Diddle 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 beep beep beep. Do, 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 do. It just hasn't caught on in that way. That's my point. But dance remixes of everything were going on in the 90s. That was a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so unfamiliar with X-Files anyway. I mean, main thing, I think about Catatonia and that Mulder and Scully record I have no... Are you familiar with the X-Files universe, as they say?
I am.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And we can get into that when we get to the X-Files theme a bit later.
Are you saving that?
Yeah.
The truth will be out there, part 2, I suppose.
The opinion will be out there.
The unasked for opinion is already out there.
But this, it feels really thin.
Yeah?
It just doesn't feel like there's anything there.
Looking at the YouTube comments, I'm going to say a lot of people who like this record were on drugs and maybe still on drugs when they were posting their comments, because there was a lot of nonsense talked. This is good. J Range 21 says, my brother used to wear a glow-in-the-dark alien mask when playing this. So you can imagine that bit of madness in that household, can't you? You can play the X-Files, there he goes.
The long winter evenings must have flown by.
Ahmed 85478 just simply says this music scares the shit out of me. So it's got that mood to it, hasn't
I
it?
suppose there is that. Are there any bits of music that scare you?
Yeah, I'm familiar with some notion of some music. Just giving you
What scares you?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that. When I was a young boy, not only did I play the silver ball, also I had a broken record player. One of the speakers wasn't connected properly. So once I put a record on Elvis, I heard backing vocals, because it must have connected briefly, that I'd never heard in my life. It terrified me. The Jordanaires coming in, going, in your arms. I thought, I've never heard that. I wanted to go run into my mama.
Yeah.
What about you? You scared by music?
I remember as a kid, me and my brother taking it in turns to listen. This is going to make us sound like we were incredibly middle class. We weren't. Just my parents had the classical experience on CD. That's what happened. There's a piece of music called The Night on Bear Mountain by Mussorgsky. And me and my brother the challenge was, you've got to sit in a dark room with headphones on listening to that and not freak out.
Yeah.
It's a really terrifying piece of music.
A lot of people had a very complicated relationship with this piece of music. We can't call it a song. Would you call an instrumental a song?
Yeah.
Would you?
I wouldn't call this a song.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
I don't call it a song if it's an instrumental. I think it's a piece. A song has got words, yeah. This has got some words in, whispering,
Yeah.
as you alluded to in the intro.
Do you really want to know? Yes, I really want to know. I don't know what I really want to know. It's an appealing thing, isn't it, that there's some kind of secret, and if only we knew the secret, then everything would be fine.
Yeah.
There isn't one, though.
Number 7.
It's a new entry at number 7. It's Ocean Colour Scene with You Got It Bad.
They don't specify what it is.
No. I like this song this week. I got into it. I don't really remember at the time. What I like about this song, James, it's just a 2-chord, F and E flat. And if I could hold you, where would you belong? Etc. Copyright sitting here for no treason. That's got round, it has all gone wrong. And then the chorus, doo-doo, oh, you got it bad. Never should expect. So, essentially, it's a silly little 2-chorder. However, Ocean Colour Scene, with their musicianship and let's call it their prowess, turn it into. It's got loads of different bits to it, hasn't it? I can't play them, but you know, instead of just E flat is loads of that kind of stuff in, just to give it a little bit of, let's call it contrast. Nice.
They were like a second wave Britpop band, weren't they? Ocean Colour Scene.
Second wave, you say?
Yeah, they showed up after Oasis.
All right.
I mean, they were going before then, obviously. They're from round near where we record this.
Let's do it, James. We are recording this in a shed in Birmingham. Ocean Colour Scene called their album that this single is from Moseley Shoals, didn't they? Moseley, literally a stone's throw from here.
Yeah, it's just up the road. It's a suburb of Birmingham, and that's a hilarious pun on Muscle Shoals, the name of the town in Alabama that has lots of recording studios in it.
Didn't particularly like this song at the time. I'll notice it probably more accurately. But I got into it this week, partially because the musicianship's so good, partially because they're jamming and grooving, aren't they, and doing all that. But I like the whole sentiment of the lyric. What do you think, or rather, who do you think Ocean Colour Scene are talking to about the notion that they've got it bad, worse than any other? Seems to be a song all addressed to some kind of moaning Minnie or Debbie Downer, doesn't it?
In my memory, it was Girl, You've Got It Bad, but it's not girl, is it? It's just O.
There's not necessarily addressed to a woman, which I think is pretty interesting about this song because of the vernacular of pop music, especially the boys around this time. You'd expect it to be about a woman, but it doesn't have to be, does it?
In fact, the only time it is gendered, there's Boy, You've Got It So Bad.
Yeah. So it is gendered, so it is about a boy. I just like the notion of someone in your life who's, you know, this. We all know somebody like this, at least for occasions, that they've got it worse than any other and everything's terrible. Ocean Colour Scene are, in this song, we're going to say, stuck between offering support and almost mocking them, I felt, from the words.
Just fucking stop it.
Yeah, stop it.
Stop it. Stop not being a laugh.
The single cover art has them playing cards in a dressing room and there's a guitar on the table just to remind you that they're a band, I suppose. If you're going to play cards, get rid of the guitar on the table. It makes it difficult.
Maybe they're betting the guitar. Maybe that's
true.
the stake.
Ocean Colour Scene, of course, part of their appeal, wasn't it? They had what would you call it? Just the letters. OCS everywhere, the acronym, yeah? Mm. Which is a good idea, apart from once I walked past a business called Office Cleaning Services, and I thought, Ocean Colour Scene, I'll have to have a rethink. I went into a gig once because I thought it was Ocean Colour Scene, but it was just a meeting for people with obsessive-compulsive syndrome.
Have you seen Ocean Colour Scene live?
I have, yes.
So have I.
When?
When?
Where? When and where?
About 10 years, no, about 15 years after this was a hit, they did a sort of homecoming gig at the Rainbow in Digbeth.
Yeah.
And I was there in my role as a presenter on a local radio station at the time.
Did you interview them?
I did. I interviewed Simon Fowler, the lead singer.
Oh, yeah.
Because it turns out he went to the school that was right next to the school that I went to. In Solihull, there were in fact 3 senior schools in a row on one road. There was the Catholic school where Jack Grealish went. There was the school I went to, who had a purple uniform, and the school that...
Like Prince, all your kids walking around like Prince.
That's right.
In your school.
Big
Right.
Prince fans in our school. And the school, which was slightly more well-to-do, next door, where Simon Fowler went, which had a green uniform.
Okay.
So when I was interviewing him afterwards, we were talking about the schools we went to. He said, I went to this school. And I went, I went to the one next door. Right, now, those 2 schools, particularly among the boys, had nicknames for each other.
Go on.
So he said, aha, you're a purple puff, which is what the kids from the green school used to call the kids at the purple school, because it was the 80s and 90s and everyone was homophobic. And I responded, knee-jerk, with the nickname that we had for that school, and I went, well, you're a green gay. Like that. And of course, Simon Fowler is actually gay, so I feel like, oh my God. But he did start it.
He started it.
He did start it, and I did have it on tape.
All right, talk about stuff. I like this notion of... I haven't interviewed any members of Ocean Colour Scene, but I was going to say the 3 significant women in my life, James, I can think of. And I'm going to say 3 members of Ocean Colour Scene all chanced their arm with these women, let's say, about stories.
But not Simon.
I'm not going to say it. One member of Ocean Colour Scene didn't do it. Not necessarily not Simon. So I'm going to leave that where it is.
Okay. Yeah, they were a band that my brother really liked.
And probably a good epitaph for them. Your brother likes us. Yeah, all right.
And as a result, I kind of went, because the Riverboat song had come out, which was the song that was used on TFI Friday.
That's right, an iconic 90s riff, if you like.
Yeah, which I felt like, about that song.
Me too.
I felt, and it, probably because I felt it was overplayed and I was just being an arse. But this song, which was their second single, I actually really like it.
Yeah, it's happening. I've dug it this week. I've got into it.
It's got that kind of Northern Soul kind of dun, 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 stomper, isn't it?
Yeah, when I saw him, James, I'm just remembering this. We're talking about Tales of Seeing Ocean Colour Scene live. It was somewhere in London I saw him. I managed to get a free ticket. God bless whoever asked me to. And Liam and Noel were at the back of the room. I'm going to say they stole the attention a little bit from Ocean Colour Scene. Liam and Noel,
yeah, that was the thing, though, in the music press, that they were all like mates, weren't they? And them and Paul Weller would all hang out. And...
Steve Craddock, of course, plays with Paul Weller to this very day. Paul Weller, despite the ever-changing mood of him and being an ever-changing man, he's stuck with Steve Craddock, hasn't he? So much so that when the guitar solo kicked in on this song, I thought, sounds like Paul Weller. Great player, though, Steve Craddock. As they all are.
This is their first top 10 single, because Riverboat song didn't get into the top 10.
Oh.
And then they have 6 in a row.
Okay.
That was very much their time.
The Atari King on YouTube, this is pretty good when we talk about the 90s. He says, so here's my thing in 96. He says, my mum and dad were alive. England put on a show at the Euros. I started dating this college girl who was beautiful inside and out and wanted to learn about sex. I had it good. So the Atari King didn't have it bad. He had it good, I'm going to say.
And he was the king of the Atari as well. Yeah, that going for him.
I like it. Everyone being reminiscent about, let's call it their youth and how happy they were.
We've mentioned 96 before on this podcast because that's the year that all our Patreon backers want us to do. I don't know why we don't just do 1996
because that's
every
not,
week.
That's
what
not
they want.
The game.
I know, it's not the game.
So beautifully put it once, but yeah, all right then.
But people who were around at that point, when they reminisce, they go, oh, England was so good in Euro 96.
Oh, yeah.
They were good for 1.5 games.
That's right. You were pretty angry about a football record because you were saying it reminded you of Euro 96 once and how shocking they were.
We've built it up in our collective national imagination that they were some kind of incredible team. They played really well in 1.5 games. That's what we remember.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Now, on YouTube, this was 12 years ago, someone put this comment, Howard Brady, 9653. He said, oh, I've got it bad, all right. This made me think about the beauty of human nature. From 5 years ago, Sushi Collars replies to him and says, what's wrong? So that's weird, isn't it? 7 years later, since someone moaning on YouTube, that someone would pick up on it. Hey, Maybe you will listen to these podcasts in 7 years' time. We like to think that sometimes,
Yeah.
don't we?
And you'll ask us what's wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's quite obvious.
What's wrong with you two? We're talking about Ocean Colour Scene in a shed.
Number 6.
It's a new entry at number 6. It's Ooh-Ah, Just a Little Bit by Gina G.
Yeah.
It will get to number 1. And, of course, it represented the UK at the Eurovision Song Contest in 1996. And it is the last Eurovision song to date to be a UK number 1.
Is that the fact?
That is a fact. And I have
Interesting.
double-checked it. And it is true.
Somebody on YouTube puts a comment. In fact, the name of the person is We Are All Related. Yeah? That's pretty
Okay.
good. Yeah.
All right.
And they say...
Are they from Norwich?
They say...
Just a joke there, Norwich listeners.
They say the tune that all the girls used to play, but all the guys secretly love too. And I think there is definitely an element to this in my life when I think about this song. Everyone likes this song, don't they? At least deep down and secretly.
Do they?
I think so. Not you?
My wife's friend Ruth absolutely hates it, and Gina G. I'll tell you that much.
All
I
right.
don't know why. Do you know the story of this at Eurovision? What happened to the song there?
All right, I had a little look on YouTube, and a lot of people are saying, Jake2790 says, this is the reason we have public votes at Eurovision. Judges gave it a bad score, but it became a global smash, so that next year they introduced public voting, and then some bloke blamed the Irish for it as well. Ray Stewart. And let's put it this way, he didn't necessarily call the Irish by that word.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Is that a fact? Is this what you're on about?
yeah,
Go on.
ish. So it comes 8th, which underperforms. UK were usually getting second place, and they thought they had a really good chance with this song. It comes 8th. Having watched the performance at Eurovision, I can see why it came 8th.
Yeah. Didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Not quite there. Also, they had a rule at the time. Any instrument used in the production of the track had to be on the stage during the performance.
Oh, yeah.
Which means there's two blokes with keyboards and like big grey 90s massive computers.
Right, yeah.
And it just looks like she's singing in someone's office.
Yeah, right.
Gina G, she's... it feels mean to say it. She's not hitting the notes.
Okay. Well, it's a
in
live,
performance.
it's a live
thing.
performance. It happens, doesn't it?
And that's what the judges went off. But yes, indeed, they did change the rules the year after to include a public vote. And who wins the year after?
I do not know.
Katrina and the Waves.
Okay.
Yes.
Representing Blighty.
You're representing the UK. Katrina, the second foreign-born singer to represent the UK, after Gina G, who was the first, because she was born in Australia. And the winner of that Eurovision was Ireland, Emma Quinn, with the song The Voice, which only gets to number 40 in the UK charts. So who's the real winner?
As S Knight on YouTube says, I like these happy, uncomplicated songs. I think there's a simplicity to it, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it's a great point by S Knight now and again.
And it is the fourth most popular song in the American chart to have been on Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah, I saw this. Loads of Americans saying they love this record. I was surprised.
Yeah. Only been beaten in the American chart by Waterloo, Volare, and some other Spanish song that I didn't know.
It's also been on a Lidl advert, and Martine McCutcheon sang a version, according to somebody, and it's in the TV show Dairy Girls, so, you know, it remains popular to this day, because let's call it this sort of stuff.
And it was nominated for a Grammy for Best Dance Recording. So, you know, it's done really well in everything apart from the thing it was designed to do well in,
Yeah.
the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah.
And to be fair, these days, if you offered the UK 8th place, they'd bite your bloody hand off.
What it reminded me a little bit of, with let's call it his simplicity, imagine Buddy Holly singing this song. So,
What would that sound like?
sound a bit like this, I imagine. You're my love, you're my sweetness, don't shy away. That kind of thing. And then you could go, I can hide all these thoughts in my mind. Every moment I'm thinking of you. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit, you know what I mean? It's got that simplistic vibe, hasn't it?
Yeah, you sound like you're choking on a jelly baby, mate.
As Mindle23 says, it's 3 a.m. and I've been up for hours listening to dance songs from the 90s. I regret nothing.
Yeah, damn right. I mean, it's so upbeat and silly and
happy.
fun, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Music by Steve Rodway, a.k.a. Motive 8.
So I learned on YouTube, yeah.
Lyrics by Simon Torber. Simon Torba and Gina G took Rodway to court for unpaid royalties because despite selling 2 million copies worldwide, Gina G only got paid £30,000.
Okay.
Then she got into a legal battle with her former manager for 10 years, which prevented her from releasing another album. In 2005, she tried to represent the UK again at Eurovision, but finishes last in the Song for Europe competition, losing to Katie Price, Andy Scott Lee, and eventual winner Javine Hilton, who went on to come 22nd at Eurovision. Never go back.
Never go back, Gina G. Oh, this was pretty interesting, I thought. Shenrus on YouTube says, you have no idea how hard it is to find this song and how many adult films you can find when all you can remember is that ooh ah just a little bit more.
You can find it really easily. That's the title.
Ostensibly, it might be a joke, James. And then Edward Dowd says, for the love of God, don't go searching for Scatman.
This song, in the title, contains ellipses. You know, ...
Yeah.
There have been 3 other number one hits with ellipses in the title. I can give you years, I can give you artists.
How many pop points are you going to give me?
1 million pop points for each one.
It's worth playing then. With ellipses, would Queen be one for some reason?
No.
Go on, give me a clue. I can't do this.
1969.
Britney Spears.
Which song?
Baby One More Time.
No, that's not that one.
Oh, God, I'm not yet a girl, I'm a woman. Go on.
Oops. I Did It Again.
That's the one.
Has ellipses. Right. Britney Spears, number one in
All right,
2000.
now I've remembered Britney. I've got more confidence in my ellipses memory.
I thought you'd done amazingly to get that one. That was great.
Go on, give me a clue.
1969. It's in French.
Je t'aime, moi non plus.
Correct.
By Serge Gainsbourg, Jane Birkin.
Yep. The other one, 1991. Quite famously, it was a number one in January, and everyone was like, yeah, it's only number one because record sales are low in January, and that's why they've put it out. By a band who didn't usually chart that high, but have a legion of fans because it's metal.
Okay, go on.
It's all about taking one of your family members on an unusual day trip.
Take your daughter to the slaughter.
Yes, by Iron Maiden.
Bring your daughter to the slaughter. My apologies. Okay. Really? Where's the ellipsis in that one? Bring your daughter. And to the slaughter. Okay.
In fact, there are loads of top 40 hits with ellipses in, but those are the only 3 number ones, apart from Ooh Ah Just a Little Bit.
All right, then. Did you watch the video?
Yes.
This was good. From Praiser85 says, dressed in the pink dress, dancing to the backing of Gina G's, a woman called Miranda Cooper, yeah?
Yep.
Do you know who Miranda Cooper might be? I'll give you 1 million pop points. How you like it?
Did she invent the Mini Cooper?
No. She went on to become a writer, so she wrote loads of songs for Sugar Babes and the Pet Shop Boys. I mean, she pretty much wrote every Girls Aloud song when I had to Google. So I thought, I'm checking this.
Was she part of what are they called?
Xenomania.
Xenomania.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but I haven't looked into it that far. But I quite liked it. Someone on YouTube got very snitty, and they said because she wrote all these great songs, yeah, it's really impressive CV. Someone says she spent more time in the UK charts making her a multi-millionaire. Gina G, on the other hand, ... So more use of ellipses with someone being a bit snitty about Gina G's financial status. The dancer in yellow is someone called Chloe Trend, apparently. I thought I'd chuck that in. I learned that on YouTube.
Chloe Trend.
Yeah, I believe so.
It's a good name. It sounds like the kind of fashion doll that you'd sell to teenage kids. I've got a Chloe Trend doll. She knows all the latest trends.
The video is just set in a hallway, let's be honest. I'm pretty much in it with some fellas lurking around. Dodgy 90s fellas, I'm going to say. Pretty good.
Most fellas in the 90s were dodgy, it has to be said. As they still are today. Some things never change.
All right, Jack McBride 3038 says, this was my grand's funeral song. She loved it.
Oh, that's good. I hope that's real. I hope they're not
so.
just going, oh, it's my grand's funeral.
I also hope that she did love it. That'd be a wicked trick to play on your grandmother, wouldn't it? Playing if she didn't particularly even know that song or like it.
Yeah.
Fuck her, let's put Gina G on as she's going down.
So that's the first half of this top 10 that has been suggested by our Patreon backer, Sarah Kennedy. If you would like to support us, help this podcast going, you can go to our Patreon page. Just search for Shooby Dooby Doo Up or Shooby Podcast. You'll find us there. And you can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We have accounts on those sites too.
And as we always like to say, have a listen if you haven't already familiarised yourself with these songs, because it makes everything better.
5 more songs coming up from this 1996 chart in the second part.
We've already given some spoilers, James.
Yeah. And also songs from Gabrielle, Mark Morrison and The Prodigy to come. And here's a little taster of what's in store. It was only while researching this song this week that I realised why it's called Firestarter.
Hey, I bought this record on Single.
Tell
I've
me-
forgotten all about it, James. I was delighted to be reminded of it this week.
You lied to me.
Yeah.
It always makes me think that he was going out with someone called Tammy.
Hit the keyboard echo function with his elbow. Liked it so much it made the record, as they say.
So it's a bit like the discovery of penicillin. It was
Yeah.
a mistake.
Yeah.
This doesn't sound like children. This sounds like corporate away day.
Sounds good to me, even though we haven't even said that yet. So, I mean, if that's how good the bottom half of the top 10 was, we've got X-Files coming up again. So, you know,
More of that.
Plenty
More-
to look forward to.
What will James think about the X-Files? Can't wait to find out.
Finally, have a look on our social media, because I've set a little competition of what were the two main characters' names in X-Files. You can win 1 million pop points yourself.
And please leave us a review wherever you get your podcast from. That would be appreciated.
Yeah, we'd love a review or two. And in the meantime, Shooby Dooby Doo up.
Bop up, shoe up.